Good evening everybody, and welcome to the Elite Encounters video update for the 23rd of November 2015. Sorry about being a little bit late tonight. It's been a bit of a hectic evening, all told. So I'll move swiftly along and go straight into the update without any time wasting. Okay, managed to get the agenda out today thanks to the wonders of the phone. So hopefully you've had a chance to read through that, so I won't linger too long on there, and we'll do the usual. With it being beta week, the pitifully small amount of work I've managed to do this week has revolved around trying to get screenshots of the new ships. So basically trying to get each of the, is it 4 or 5? I can never really quite remember, I think it's 5, isn't it? New ships, and try and get decent action shots or beauty shots and so on, so we can use them for the ship posters that will be used as the backdrop for the stats for the ships in the game. And top-down view that would be suitable to use as vehicle counter for the vehicle combat rows. That's been kind of, I'll obviously go into a little bit of detail now. It's not been a particularly great success because 2 of those ships are actually larger than can actually fit into the window of the debug camera, which isn't great, but there are ways around it. It essentially adds to the number of ships that I'm going to have to ask people to take photos of for me, or at least give me a hand to do it. So rather than doing it of my own ship purchased during the beta using debug cam, what I can do is use the same debug cam but ask someone else who has one of these new ships or the larger ships to join me in the game and grab a photo from there. So hopefully that should sort that out. But other than that, I have had pitifully small amount of time in the week to actually get into the office and get anything done. Essentially, since I did the stream where I was doing some ship stuff, for which a hell of a lot of people joined me actually, so if you're watching this, and thank you guys, it was great to have you on board at that point. It's been kind of a hectic week. I'll be honest, I'm actually struggling a bit with tiredness and fatigue at the minute. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. As soon as I come in from work, essentially my brain just shuts down and I'm just sitting essentially staring into space, which isn't great, and I need to get a handle on that. So for the time being, it may be a bit, things may be a little bit erratic as I try and get a handle on what's going on here. I'll be honest, alright, hi guys in chat, hi Snow Imp, hi Sparrow Black. I'll speak to you shortly. I'm not going to speak to you during this part of the stream. I'll speak to you later on during the main part, so just bear with me. If I'm being blatantly honest, the last time this happened was just before I had my little 6-month off encounter, and I don't really want to try and do that again. The fact that I'm getting in from work and then falling straight to sleep is not a great sign. So I'm doing what I can to try and stem off what may happen on the back of that. So if there's not a lot going to get done, I'll obviously still do the updates on a Monday, but just be prepared for the fact there may not be a lot of progress at the minute until I try and get a handle on what's going on. So obviously there's been a lot of changes over the last few months, and going from experience, you know, I kind of know how this kind of thing can hit, how and what this kind of thing can do to someone. So I'm kind of looking out for that kind of stuff, and because I'm seeing certain signs, I'm very, very watchful. So yeah, that's a bit more deep than I wanted to go there, but suffice it to say that at the moment progress hasn't been great. My actual time in the office has been very, very small, even to the point where today's Kickstarter update was actually done thanks to the wonders of the Galaxy S4 phone. So I haven't actually been in here to do anything much lately, and not great. But let's see how things go. And honestly, guys, if I can do anything to get things back on track, then I will do so. But I would rather take a break now, take a couple of weeks off, and faff around and not stress about stuff, and then get back into gear and get things going, than struggle on and on and on, and then let the pressure and everything build up like it did before, and then obviously something happen at the back of that. So being aware of the fact that that is a possibility, and being aware of the fact it's happened before, I am doing my best to try and stop that from happening and cause as little delay to this as I can. So there you go. Yay! Moving on. that's it as far as feedback's concerned. So we got a little bit of feedback this week. Not of the positive sort, unfortunately. It was kind of supportive. I'll let you judge for yourself. Bill Irving, who, if you remember, had a bit of a comment a few weeks ago, asking if he was very happy at the fact that I could play my own game, and he wondered when he'd be able to do that. And he says flippantly, what did he put there? Snarky. Said that I'm playing my own game. You're free to play your own game anytime you like. He feels that was snarky. I thought it was being funny. I giggled to myself when I said that. I thought it was being quite good humoured. But there you go. Obviously, he wasn't in a very receptive place to hear that. So yeah, the comment I got today was, thank you for expanding on my question more than the snarky reply you gave me on Kickstarter. You might say I've been passive aggressive about my question. It's a fair comment, but having been stung so many times by chaos promises in the past, it's already over a year late. And you're different in that, unlike you. Yeah. Essentially, he's saying that he's pissed off that I'm taking so long. He's had people take a long time before and then fuck off and not do anything. I'm already late, and then he says that I'm okay because I haven't just vanished off the face of the earth with people's money. True that. As I say, anytime I see that kind of comment now, I am pointing people to the frequently asked questions update I did on my website. So I assume he hasn't read that again. So I've put a feedback. This was on. Sorry, I should say this was on YouTube. This wasn't a Kickstarter comment. This was a YouTube comment. So yeah. You people playing the game regularly. That's not entirely true. I'm not playing it regularly. I'm testing it on a semi-regular basis with a variety of different people to try and get different bits of feedback on the rules to find out whether it is in a state enough to release. The feedback so far has been fairly good. I am quite happy with the fact that the main rule set is quite ready to go. There's a couple of bits and pieces and tweaks that can come through. That's not a problem. There must come a time soon when you can say version 1 is ready. Yes, that will be soon, TM. I can't exactly say when. I would like it to be tweaked and fixed before version 1.0 comes out, because part of the licensing deal with Frontier is that it's a one book deal. I can't say, right, there's your book, and then 2 months later say, right, okay, here's another book for you. Throw the old one away, here's another one. There is some flexibility in there, I think, but I would rather make sure that we've got just enough, that we've got as much as possible in there to get things sorted. So that's my answer to that one. Somebody will get to play this with a look at before Frontier turn off the lights. Ooh, and you say I'm snarky. Oh, dear me, that's quite shocking, that is. So yeah, you're going to love this update then when I'm telling you that because of incipient problems going on at the moment, I might be taking some time off. Well, I'm going to try not to take time off, but you know, a couple of days here and there, or maybe a couple of weeks here and there to try and level the playing field slightly, would be fine. That's just what I need to hear. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Again, like I said in the frequently asked questions, have a good read through that. Read it again, read it a third time, actually try and take it in, and then understand where I'm coming from with it. Alright, I'm not going anywhere. The game will be finished, the book will be written, it will be done. I'm asking for some patience, and if you read the frequently asked questions list, I'm asking for a bit of understanding as well. So appreciate it, mate. Right, so that's that. Okay, dealt with that. So, as I say, upcoming events, yay! We're still in the middle of Movember. If you look, the Mo is still there, it's growing strong. Sideburns have gone because, as I said last week, the Lemmy is not a moustache. So that's still going on, that'll be finished in another 7 days, sorry. Other than that, we have Elite Meet 2016, scheduled for April the 2nd in sunny Glasgow, yay! The RPG will be there, of course. And we'll be, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do with it. I'm actually going to try and suggest we do something slightly different at Elite Meet this year, rather than doing what we've always done, or what I've always done at conventions. I'm going to see if it's possible to request that it become an actual staged event, possibly, so that not only are people getting to play it, but it would be nice for other people in the audience, perhaps, or to actually have an audience and other people be able to make a comment on it. So what I would like to suggest, and I'm going to get in touch with the guys themselves, I'm just obviously banging this out there right now as a sort of plan of what I want to do, is that we'd hopefully plan a session in the evening of Elite Meet where we could have an hour with a group of people who've got pre-generated characters, jump straight into a bit of a game, have an hour of play, and then afterwards have a quick Q&A session with anybody who's interested in it, and has any feedback or anything. I think that might be a much more accessible way of doing it than only having 6 places that people can come and sit, and that's the amount of people who can play and have a look at the game. So we're going to have a look and see how that goes, and I'll speak to the guys at Elite Meet, and I'm also going to have a chat with the guys at LaveCon and Fantasticon to see if that's a possible thing to do going forward for next year as well, for their conventions next year. It's an idea. If they say no, they say no. We'll just do the same as before, and if not, if we can do that, I think I'd like to do that as a bit of an experiment and just see how things go. That's that, really. I'm also hoping at that point, because that makes it sound like a very long-term plan, I'm actually hoping that by that point the game will actually be finished and playable and out there, and version 1 will be done, at which point things will turn around to be more of a sort of living rulebook or a living expansion set, so that if there are things that come up in the game or in the book as through play that aren't particularly good or that aren't working quite as well, then we can maybe do what what Bill said, and have a 1.1, 1.2 version. If Frontier are okay with doing that, if it's going to be PDF format initially, which is the plan, then it would be possible then to release a 1.1 version or put some updates on there as much as we can before we actually go to print. So then once we actually got the hard copies going out, then we've got a hammered together rule set that's working well. But I'm hoping that the PDFs will come out a long time before, or not that much in future, shall we say. I'm trying to be balanced here. I would love it to be finished and out by Elite Meet. I'm not setting a deadline on that, but that is what I would love to have happen. I'd love to get it finished by the end of this year. Probably not going to happen. Yeah. But by Easter next year, yes, I would hope to have it out there and finished and ready to play in people's hands, so that they can actually have a go at it themselves. And then hopefully we get some feedback from that as well. People actually playing it and reading through it themselves, and then we can get it sorted out. So yeah, I'm kind of waffling a bit. I apologise for that, but it's been a long day. My brain hurts and I'm very tired, and I'm kind of pissed off with a lot of things at the moment, so I'm kind of gabbling. So I'll stop gabbling and I'll finish. So next update will be 30th of November, 8 PM UK time, at the start of the regular Monday night stream. If you have any comments, questions or feedback, now I know I've said a lot of things tonight. If you do have comments on it, if you do have questions to ask regarding it, then I'm very, very happy to clarify that with you on a one-to-one basis, or even in chats or in comment streams, whatever. Perfectly happy with that. Please get in touch if you have any concerns at anything I've said, because it has been very much stream of consciousness thought tonight. So please, if you have concerns or issues, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Those of you in chat who are chatting away them to yourselves there, hang on a sec, let me switch over the streams and we'll start the Monday night stream. Those of you who are here for Elite Encounters, thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next week. Cheer bye, he says, having not actually got the thing up to close the thing down.